do you get rid of flabby arms?
How do you get rid of flabby arms? So guys, today I'm going to talk about 3 common principles that we use in our personal training service to help women get rid of flabby arms. Principle number 1, the principle of muscle activation. What that really means in simple terms is that you have to ask your brain to send a signal to that intended muscle to fire, sending that signal to the intended muscle that you want to tone, develop, or tighten to fire. So for example, right, a lot of women hold body fat in their arms. So in order for you to tone that tricep muscle or the back of the arm, which is a large muscle, it's got 3 muscles, you have to actually activate it. So just simply doing push-ups is not going to work. And the reason why push-ups is not going to work is because the tricep muscle, like any other muscle, if it's deactivated, it's not going to fire. Chances are, if you're doing push-ups or something like that to work your triceps, you're probably using shoulders, your pec muscles, your lower back muscles if you've got bad form. So what I would do is I would first understand which exercise to use to fire the tricep muscle. I'll show you something like this. If you have a band, you're gonna hold on, right? Loop it, right? To match the resistance that you need for you to create a good challenging rep or set. Okay, so an example would be, so what I'm doing is placing my hand, allowing enough resistance, and then seeing what works for my triceps. So what I've done now is activated my tricep. Now, activating the right muscle that you want to train is extremely important. I'll tell you why. A lot of you have seen our glute workout programs that we've done for our clients here. The 6-week killer booty program, the 12-week killer booty program. And we always start with activating the glute muscle. And there's different ways to activate the glute muscle. There's different ways to even stretch something called your hip flexor and your quadricep muscle, and then do the glute activation, because your body's so turned off, it's so deactivated. But for the sake of the video about how to get rid of flabby arms, what I like to do is use the ledge of my bed and challenge myself to put my hands here, right? And my feet on the chair. Watch this. Bring your posture in, right? Because your objective is to hit that tricep muscle. Put my legs here. If it's too challenging, obviously for beginners, you would do it on the feet, on the floor. You can see the 30-pound weight. Sure. See that? Right. And then look at this example. She's doing it with a chair. And the key is you want to make sure you ask yourself, are you actually connecting? Are you actually using that muscle? Because the muscle can be activated through isolation exercises. So you kind of want to make sure that you're hitting that muscle group and then following it up. What you can do is, let's say you've done some tricep exercises with bands. You possibly can follow it up with some push-ups. So an example of a push-up would be, for beginners, on your knees, right? And just because I've done the right arm and left arm today for triceps, you're probably going to see when my posture in on my knees is I'm purposely trying to focus on the tris. See that? See? And that's because the muscle responds to mind muscle connection. What that really means is that you actually have to feel the muscle, because your body's a living, feeling, breathing organism. You have to actually connect the mind-body approach to it. So that's my recipe to train the back of the arms to get rid of flabby arms. Activate the muscle first. Do the compound exercises after. And my last principle is you want to drop your body fat further by putting yourself in a caloric deficit state. So the way we do that is we basically ask our students and our clients to start eating 300 calories less. So an example of that would be they reduce their portion sizes. So if their plate is this big, I say, do this. So it's an eyeballing thing, like here. And you do that 3 square meals per day, chances are you're probably going to get to a caloric deficit of 300 calories. Another example, what we do is when we do body transformation and we design nutrition plans, is we tell our students or clients to actually push their first meal by 2.5 hours. So an example of that would be, let's say your first meal is at 8 a.m., then you go log into your desk from your home office at 8:30. I say have your first meal at 10:30 a.m. And until then, you're allowed to have green tea, black coffee, and we design a certain amount of glasses of water, a certain quantity, because water actually also helps in terms of giving your brain and your body that signal that you're not hungry. A lot of times you might have heard this, that if somebody's hungry, chances are they're dehydrated, might not necessarily be hungry. So you kind of want to watch out for that. And that gives your body a caloric deficit state. And then the strength training, the muscle training, the bodybuilding style training where you're trying to shape your body will add in, and sooner or later you're gonna get tightened up. So hope this helps, and make sure you subscribe, make sure you like the video, make sure you share the video. We're trying to grow a channel, we're trying to add more volume to our videos and our content and share it with the world. If you have any questions, if you have any other body parts you want to work on, if you have any other fitness related question or life coaching questions, drop me a comment here. Me or my teammate will get back to you. And until then, have a great workout. Cheers.
We are predisposed to storing fat. I mean, no one teaches you that you're supposed to keep your shoulder blades on your lower end of your shoulder blade like this, and your shoulders down, while you have to engage your abdominals, your core, your midsection, and slowly feel that tricep muscle do the motion. See, this is a 15-pound weight, but if I'm doing it right, you're going to see, I don't know if you can get an angle of that, I'm really lifting with that tricep muscle. So what that really means is that I'm actually contracting or firing the muscle fibers. See, what ends up happening is, this is a very technical motion, granted. I think this is highly technical, because who actually gets trained in that, right? What we see is we see people do this, right? So just shoulder blades are, it's a very technical exercise. The average woman.
Both feet on the band. Make it extremely effective for your chest, shoulders, core, triceps. It's an amazing exercise. When we contract a little bit higher, we're going on an incline like this. Cross it. Cross it. 10 more.